Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back again to do part 3 of my top 25 favorite slashers from the 80s. This is going to be numbers 15 through 11. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a few, 4 or 5 that were actually on my list but didn't make the cut. Let's get started with number 15. This may surprise a lot of people. Final Exam. I absolutely love this film. I don't hear people talk about this one enough, and I know this isn't a lot of people's favorite slasher. I love it. I love the kills. I love the atmosphere, and there's something about this movie. Some slashers where you don't know a lot about the killer kind of always, it bothered me in a way. This one didn't. I thought it was actually better for the story that you didn't know anything about the killer. That's just my opinion. But coming in at number 15, Final Exam. Love that film. Number 14, Child's Play. Now, I just did a ranking of the Child's Play films. You can find that on my channel. But Child's Play is an awesome, awesome film. I saw this when it first came out with a buddy of mine, one of my closest friends when I was younger. And I love this movie. I think I've said it before. Dolls and puppets and dummies and all that kind of stuff are kind of my, one of my things, along with slashers. I don't know if you can really consider it a subgenre, but if you do, then that's definitely one of my favorite subgenres of horror. So, coming in at number 14 is the original Child's Play. Chucky's the man. Coming in at number 13, Hell Night. I do plan on grabbing the Scream Factory Blu-ray eventually. I've heard mixed things about the transfer. Probably why I haven't done it yet. But I love Hell Night. I've always loved Hell Night. I had this one copied from VHS, and I actually owned the physical copy on VHS for years and years before I started transferring everything over to DVD. This is a fantastic movie. More of a, I would almost say like a creature slasher, sort of. Or not a zombie slasher, but I don't know. It's just, to me, it's different, but it's a lot of fun. Also, in my last video, I was talking about the House on Sorority Row. My wife watches the Housewives shows, and Eileen Davidson is in the House on Sorority Row. She was also in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What I didn't know is she is married to Vincent Van Patten, who is in this film right here. So he was on there for a while, on the Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I actually didn't recognize him. So, not that that's a bad thing, I just didn't recognize him. But anyway, coming in at number 13, Hell Night. Coming in at number 12, and it's kind of odd that these two would follow each other, but it's Fade to Black. And I actually also have a bootleg of it if I want to watch the VHS transfer, which, by the way, this is a really good VHS transfer, but I do have both of these. Fade to Black is one of my all-time favorites. Again, this was a tough one to put on the list. It is a slasher, but it also borders other things. And the story on this one, and Eric Benford, kind of hit a little, it hit home for me, being a horror movie fan and just a film fan in general. And if you've seen this, I think you know what I mean. So, coming in at number 12, Fade to Black. And finally, for this section, number 11, The Prowler. Or Rosemary's Killer. I love the Prowler. The gore in this movie is unreal. I mean, Tom Savini just knocks this one right out of the park. Fantastic effects in this movie. Although the plot kind of does drag a little bit in the middle, I'll always love this film. This is a true slasher, and like I said, Tom Savini just kills this movie, and a lot of other people in the process. So, but coming in at number 11 is The Prowler. Now I'm going to give you some more movies that were on my list but didn't actually make the cut. Mortuary with the late great Bill Paxton. Maniac Cop with why am I drawing a bell? Complete blank now. Bruce Campbell, that's it. This one was a tough one for me. The original Maniac. And the reason why it didn't make the cut, because it is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, is that I don't really consider it as much a slasher as I do a character study. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And Blood Rage, which gives us our Thanksgiving slasher. I love Blood Rage. But I also feel that that drags a little bit in the middle. So, that's my part 3 on my 25 favorite slashers. And until next time, guys, peace.